everybody. Welcome. I'm Jessie Walters from Charles Rutenberg, and I am here today to give you the real estate market update for all of Tampa Bay area. I have some new listings, so let's go into that. I have a new listing, commercial, State Road 52 in Hudson. This property is $450,000, and it is located right next to a Dunkin' Donuts, which is nice. There's a daycare, there's a school across the street. See that Dunkin' Donuts? There's a restaurant on the other side. It's right just before the corner of Little Road and Ridge Road. There's a Wawa, Publix, so it's just a great location. This is a tire store presently, so the business does stay. So if you want to go with Kevin and Karen, or Karen and Kevin, no, Kevin and Karen tires, you can just stay with that. Or you can expand out if you're a business owner and you want to do some automotive, or you can make it into something different. It's just a great location. So just so much opportunity that could be there in that location. And there's a McDonald's across the street as well. So it's kind of between, I want to say, close to Chicago, between Chicago and Little Road on 52. So right on 52, directly on 52. And as you can see, 52 is really packed these days. So you're going to get a lot of traffic. But that's a great location and a great price, $450,000. And all the, pretty much everything you see there is going to come with it. There's, what else? There is lifts in there. And the sign is going up this week. So you won't see my sign on here yet, but the sign, so you see a little sign there to make sure you're in the right spot. But I don't think you can miss it because it's blue, bright blue and bright orange. So you're not going to miss that location. But like I said, when you pull into Dunkin' Donuts there, if you go to the right, you're going to Dunkin' Donuts. If you go to the left, you're going to the tire shop. So it's the same entrance and stuff. So you got a lot of people going through there. I also have a new listing on La Quinta. And that one is in Newport Richey. That one is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath townhouse. It's located in River Ridge. It's a nice location, has a carport, little storage area there, 10826 La Quinta. This home is just probably in need of some paint and some carpet, and then you're pretty much move-in ready. What's nice about this house is that it was owned by someone who just came here and visited for vacations. So you've got a home that hardly has been touched. So in other words, it looks original, yes, but then the beauty of it is that it's not been worn out. It's not been overly abused and lived in. And also they didn't just paint over problems. So it is original, needs some paint, needs some carpet, has a nice porch area in the back and a slab area. When we were out there actually listing it, there was a huge owl in the back. So you'll be able to see that's one of the entrances there. You'll be able to see the woods behind it too from the aerial shots, but it's just a corner house and it's a great location too. And I think there's some aerial shots, but it's in walking distance of River Ridge High School, Publix, bus stops. But that's the community area, which I don't know if that community pool's open again yet. But that is a great location there as far as schools and bus routes, and it's in a nice neighborhood. The HOA is $191 a month, and it's just very low for a villa and stuff. And let's see, on the HOA, the dogs, one dog under 30 pounds or 2 cats. I think they give you like the option. So you can have either one. And it is not a 55 and over either. So if you're younger, single mom, you have, or married, maybe one kid, so you're going to be able to live there too. So don't worry about the 55 and over. So that's a nice little street. Everybody keeps their houses very nice there and stuff. And like I said, last time I went there, it was an owl. It was about this big. And the customer, I had them come out in the back. I should have actually uploaded that picture too, this huge owl. And so it's a good selling point, like, at home with nature in your backyard. So, and then I also have, I've sold Bramblewood. I think I had that on there. I've sold Diane Drive. I've sold Pike. I have some lots available. Oh my gosh, this one lot, we're actually trying to verify on, so I have it under contract, Fairview in Spring Hill. This property, we have some drama behind it right now. We have it under contract, and so it says sale pending. And right now, so with all the different types of fraud in the United States right now, they do this this actual verification process. So if you're out of the country, they actually verify you by obviously like your passport, your driver's license, all sorts of stuff like that. So with basically with the different types of fraud, we are having a hard time verifying our seller right now with passport information and stuff like that. So that one's kind of up in the air. I'm going to say that one's on hold. And then after I verify everything, I'm going to tell you guys the best story ever about this. And it's unbelievable, and no one's probably going to believe me, and I should probably have an action show to because it's unbelievable. No one will believe this. But anyway, so that will be next week. I should know on that property. I'm going to tell you guys great story. And you'll be shocked, you'll be dismayed, you'll be totally confused. And then I had told you guys about Madison, 5920 Madison, and we had that one I have pending rental. That's a nice little house and stuff, and you can kind of see it was downtown Newport Richey, and it was, it is 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and it, is a cute house, fresh paint, just a sweet little house and stuff like that. And then I had a lady show up and say that she rented the house, which I'd already rented the house. And so what happened was someone had basically copied the rental ad and put it on Craigslist. And then this poor woman had inquired on Craigslist, was out of state, and this fake landlord decided to take $1,000 cash out from her and to hold the property. They called me and I said, no, I don't have your $1,000. It's not me. Someone else copied it. Had to go to the police department. And it ends up that the person who's doing this is in Africa. Well, anyway, after flagging that post and everything, I get a call. Is this Jessie Walters? I said, yes. Hi, I'm meeting you there today. No, the house is already rented. So if you guys are getting rentals, make sure that you're checking the name of the person, the seller, make sure it's legit, make sure you're matching it up, because this lady just got $1,000 cash app at least from these deposits from Craigslist. So they say Craigslist is bad, and it is still bad. So make sure if you're trying to rent something that you're double checking that. I also had 8702 Alamanda Street. This property was for rent. This one is in Hudson. I haven't had the big fraud issues on this. I've had more of just millions of people wanting to rent it. It has new appliances in there. Now, this one is on hold because I do have a actual pending application on this. So this one is going forward. So it will be no longer for rent. But I'd like to show you guys just what you can get for rental, the amounts and stuff like that. So that was 8702. So we had it's been fraud week. So be careful if you're looking for it, even selling. So the one house on La Quinta, when I was doing my interview to actually rent it out and stuff, or not rent it out, to get the listing, the gentleman said, why should I use you? Why can't I just do it myself? And I said, well, one, because I'm a fabulous realtor, but that didn't actually work. So this guy gave me so much grief. He was hilarious. And he just said, well, I could do it myself, and I could do it. And I said, yeah, but I'm going to protect you. And how I'm going to protect you is from fraud, to make sure the buyers are legitimate, to make sure they're pre-qualified. If they have cash, let me see your bank account. I'm going to do all that. I'm going to check all that. So I'm going to protect you. So even though, yeah, you're paying me a commission, I'm also going to, you're not going to have any stress. That's what I told and he said at the end of the interview, this is awesome. End of the interview, he says, so what aren't you going to do for me? So I said, well, what I'm not going to do for you is I'm not going to clean your house, and I'm not going to pressure wash outside. And so I had this huge list of what I'm not going to do. But most of the time, if you have a realtor, they're going to protect you from things like that, from fraud issues, being as you don't want to waste your time either, because time is money, So anyway, La Quinta goes live today. The pictures, you guys kind of got to see it ahead of time, but it'll be on the MLS today. So you should be able to see it if you want to. If you want to visit it, just give me a call. If you don't have a realtor, if you have a realtor, have your realtor call me, and we'll take care of that for you. I have some other lots that are available. We had, let's see, we've got the one on, I always get it wrong. Is it Boyd? Blah, blah, blah. Let's see, this one, and I have two more. Broad. Gosh, I don't know why I do that. Yeah, so Broad, that one is still available. And again, that one was the one where you don't have to clear much to actually build there. So you got like a nice area that's probably just like one, it looks like a bush in the way, and pretty much you're ready to build. So that's a nice lot. High and dry, great deal on that one. Then I also have Petunia. This lot is available as well. And if you need a builder, I have builders too. So if you're looking to build, and that one's a good deal, 35 grand, 0.23 of an acre. So you're getting a good little piece of paradise there for 23 grand. Let's see, Alameda rented, Madison rented, La Quinta commercial. I have Broad Circle. Okay, the only one left is Commercial Way. That's available. I've sold all the other ones I had, but Commercial Way, this property is 20 acres. It's just under 20 acres, 19.2. It's 1.5 million, and it's like a huge island. So it's a nice piece of paradise. If you're independently wealthy and want to build a big house, that's perfect for you. Or if you'd like to maybe venture out and put your business there. Of course, everything has to be approved through Hernando, but that's right on Commercial Way, which is US 19, just north of 50, about a mile on the right-hand side. So that's a great location for you too. So those are the listings I have. If you're buying or selling, obviously call me. But those are the new ones I have too. And I also have one that I'm just going to mention. I don't have the pictures up yet, but I'm getting a 2-story home in Land O'Lakes. This home is going to be under 400. I want to say 375-ish, 385-ish. It's in the Land O'Lakes area. Land O'Lakes area, just north of Bexley. So the neighborhood right next to Bexley. Of course, it's not new construction homes, but they're nice big homes. It has all the bedrooms are upstairs on it. Of course, bathroom downstairs, 2-car garage, and then fenced-in yard with white vinyl fencing. So it's a nice location. They're relocating, so meaning that they've got to sell, but they're not obviously going to give it away. But they're relocating actually south to South Florida, which we don't really see a lot of everybody moving from there, not moving to there, but they're moving the opposite direction. And that one should be, I would say, in the next 2 weeks. They keep sending me progress shots of my honey-do list that I've given them. And when I go through your house to list your house, I usually walk through, and if you really want to know the truth, I tell you. If you don't want to know the truth, I lie. No, I'm just kidding. I usually just will make a list. So I'll say, so for instance, they had one wall, which is for their niece and nephews, and it's a chalkboard wall. And it's a lot of fun for the kids when they come in and stuff. The only thing is when you're trying to show the house, with the chalk and the aliens which sounds really cool, and it is, and it was, but I had them paint over it only because we had flowers and aliens and all sorts of stuff going on, and it was so busy that, so now it's like a nice gray wall, and I forgot the actual paint color, but it's something because it kind of has a little tint of green in it too, but so the room looks all uniform now and neat and nice and stuff, and then of course you're going to have like little things like baseboard. They'd put the larger baseboard on, and part of it was missing. So of course, honey-do list, you got to put the baseboard on. A perfect house would be you paint it, put all new flooring in. But a lot of times, if you're not into painting, like that whole entire house, a lot of people will come in and they're going to repaint everything you've done. Or I had the one, in La Quinta, should I put new carpet in? And it's no, because they're probably going to rip out all the new carpet, throw it in the garbage and start over with new fresh paint and stuff. So if you're not really sure what to do, you can always ask, and we can give you the honeydew list, which on theirs it was just mainly paint touch up on the Land O'Lakes one. And so they're going through that right now and getting the baseboard up. And we're going to be rocking and rolling in about 2 weeks here. So if you're looking for a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in the Land O'Lakes area, I got one coming up, and it's, like I said, it's going to be priced just right, near good schools, just a great location. A lot of families walking by, and electric biking by, and just lots of different families. There's a playground, I want to say probably a block away from it. So we're going to have pictures of that playground out there too, and walking distance from your house. So you don't have to have your kids wreck your house. You can just take them down to the playground, the artificial turf and all that stuff. They'll have fun, run around, and bring them back tired. And so perfect location. And I think that's what I have coming right now. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. Was a couple that the people are just kind of, I had one in Veterans Village, which is Newport Richey / Trinity. They call it. It's 34655, but it's really off of Seven Springs Boulevard. I have one coming up in there that is on hold too. So if you're looking for a home and you're not, you like a specific area, doesn't mean that I don't have it coming up. I've had one in Champions Club, which is Trinity area, very nice home. I've had that one coming up for probably about 6 months now. So we had some just different things we have to get done on that one too. So if you're looking for a certain area, just give me a call and I can always put you on the wait list if I have one coming up, or you could see it early before it actually hits the market and stuff. So just let me know on that. So those are my listings. And people were asking about the rates. Are they going up? Are they going down? Well, rates right now, they 6.26 was what they were pretty much last week, and now they're at 6.22. So we're seeing the rates, believe it or not, trending down. When you go, I think, on the news and stuff like that, it says trending up. And it's kind of the Debbie Downer of the real estate market. But what I'm seeing is still, people are still purchasing. There's a lot of incentives for buyers now. There's a bunch of like younger generation with lower down payments getting into homes. So if you need help with that, I can help you get a plan at least for the future, meaning that how much will I actually need down? We can work backwards and say, this is what I have, this is the payment I want, and work out an area for you and stuff. So anyway, we're at 6.22 on that and everything. So I wanted to talk to you guys about just different things of what's going on with the housing market. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back, and we'll talk all about the latest and the greatest. Hey, welcome back. I'm Jessie Walters, and I'm here from Charles Rutenberg Realty, and we're just talking about real estate market trending, which way. I know if you watch the news, like they're saying that, is the market going to fall? Is the bottom going to fall out? Is it going to be like 2006 to 2008? There's a lot of, I like to call them Debbie Downer stigma, but right now things are moving along. Buyers are buying because there's so much incentives. They're buying interest rates down, meaning that you're seeing the 6.22 interest rate, and then some of the builders are buying them down, so they're getting like 5s. And also some of the sellers independently, on the pre-owned homes are buying their the interest rates down as well. They're helping with closing costs. We're doing a lot of good stuff as far as helping people out to get into a home. So if you're on the fence of what you should do, just give me a call. Like I said, we can go over that. And I can talk to my mortgage people, and we can see what we could get you in. If we can't get you in anything, then we can at least get a plan for the future for you, so that okay, I don't have to rent forever. I just had a customer who are under contract for new construction. They're very excited. They close in March, and that worked out perfect. They hardly had to bring anything to the table. Their mortgage payments are just what they wanted. That builder brought interest rates down, closing. We just had like a fantastic, a great experience with them. So, if you need help doing that, and I have one right now, another buyer who we're kind of working backwards. Like I said, she wants a certain payment, she's certain money down. So I'm like, would this work? Well, how about this one? So I'm doing it backwards, but it's helping people get into homes and stuff. So anyway, so they, Florida, we're always, we live where you vacation. So our real estate market's a little different as far as I feel like you're not just in the middle of the state. There's no, there's just fields all around you. There's no one wanting to move there. Florida, we always have people want to retire. People want to do, they want to rent places out for vacation rentals, Airbnbs. So we have a lot of different things that keep real estate going in Florida. So I don't think we have to worry that much here. But, it's always good to be on your toes. So speaking of Florida versus other places, the 10 best cities to buy a home in 2023 are all in the South. So they're saying, well, homeownership's costs are squeezing people. So they're going to go to number 1 on the list, Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Marietta, Georgia. Say that 3 times fast. So the median home price there in Georgia is $371. So Atlanta Metro still remains relatively affordable. Over 20% of renters can't afford to buy median-based homes. So they have it basically. Georgia being the number 1 place where people are actually moving. And I had a customer, I sold their house in Tampa, and we kept looking and looking and looking for a home. We were all over the place. We were in the woods. We were in Webster. We were in Dunnellon. We were in Ocala. We were everywhere. And guess what? They went to Georgia, bought a house. So maybe this is true. And they sent me a picture, and it looks like a little mansion with a ranch. I was like, gosh, that's amazing. So they did end up in Georgia, and they, of course, that's not good for a Florida realtor, but you want more bang for your buck, and you work from home, and that's exactly what they did. They worked from home, so it didn't matter. They just wanted to get out of the big city, and it's so funny to think of like Tampa as the big city or Pasco as the big city. Number 2 is Raleigh, North Carolina. Median home price $460,000. So they're saying that in 2020, the median home price was $500,000, so it's gone down, but it still is saying that one of the most highest median home price in the area, but it's number 2, North Carolina. And again, people always have trended from Florida. I don't know. They all, if they say, well, we're moving up to the woods, North Carolina. I have heard that in the last 15 years quite a bit. But you probably hadn't heard that number 3 is Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Texas. Median home sale price $390. So basically, they are up, and it's saying looking back from October 2022. So while the supply of homes is less than the national average, inventory increased 2022. So a lot of people are going to Texas, and Texas they compare a lot to Florida, saying that we're very similar as far as housing markets and stuff like that. But they got number 3 of where people are trending to move to now. Yeah, so maybe if you guys just calm down, stop moving so much, the market would stay just, level. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so anyway, so then number 4, Fayetteville. This one's a long one. Fayetteville, and then there's Springdale, Rogers, and then there's Arkansas and Missouri. These median house prices $328, and that's number 4. And there's only 10, so don't worry, I won't go on all day. But so then we got South Carolina. Median home price in Greenville, which is /Anderson/Malden, is $335. So I have a friend right now, and ironically, she is moving from South Carolina, and she is moving to number 8 on the list, Jacksonville. So on Jacksonville, you know what I like about Jacksonville is it's so funny, but it's got the high-end homes, and they're all new. I don't know how they just all out of nowhere, but Jacksonville, they've just come up everywhere. There's all sorts of new construction there and stuff. Very impressed with prices there and the new construction and stuff like that. But number 6 was Charleston, North Carolina, South Carolina. Median home price $416, and it says the second only to Raleigh for the highest median price homes. So it's funny because these are most popular places to move, but then also the median price is $416, where ours is less than that. Like depending on where you are in the Tampa Bay area, $416 is going to be more like your Tampa, areas, but it's going to be Pasco is going to be less. Hernando is going to be less than Pasco. Citrus is going to be about the same as Hernando, a little less. So the more north you go, the less the median home price is. And then number 7, Huntsville, Alabama. So they're saying 30% of renters can afford typical home of 10% down. So you're there at $327. So that's pretty good. And it's so funny because, like 2 years ago, this was like probably $250. Now we're at $327. And like I said, number 8 was Jacksonville, which is really popular, really popular for new home builds and stuff. And that median price, did I already tell you guys this, but was $398. And now, so, the house that you can get for, this house, I saw it was $700,000, but it looked like a 3-car garage, looked like a little mansion. I was like, wow, for $700,000 there. So you can really get a nice house and stuff. Number 9, San Antonio, or New Braunfels, Texas. Texas again. So, they says they migrated to San Antonio from nearby Austin. So they're going in that direction. In San Antonio, residents earning $85,000 qualify for a medium price home, including a 10% down, payment. So much less than $130 required in Austin. So they're saying in Austin that the price or the income that they had to make was $130,000. But if you go to San Antonio, you only have to make the $85,000, of course, because the median's less or whatever. But and the job growth is good there too. Gosh, I shouldn't be telling you guys this. You're all going to move to like Texas or Tennessee or North Carolina, but anyway, it's good to know what's going on with the world, because I think we all get just stuck in Florida land, Then we also have number 10, Knoxville, Tennessee, and of course Florida did not make the list. I want to be like Saturday Night Live where they throw this up in the air. Knoxville population grew by its largest total since 2007. So if you're thinking about moving to Tennessee, you're not alone. A whole bunch of people moved to Tennessee. The median price is still pretty good at $331. So that's kind of like I want to say like a Pasco, like a Pasco price. So $331. So you could probably sell your house here and then move kind of lateral there with some more land or something like that. But it's saying that there's a robust job market there and that it's rebounded with supply, a higher supply in 2022, and expected to keep the market in high demand in 2023. So that's where we're at. Knoxville is skyrocketing during the pandemic, but it's with about a 10% down a payment again, just like the other one's 10% down. So you can get yourself into somewhere if you're trying to go out in the woods and like be by yourself, or maybe start a farm, or maybe you work from home, or maybe you're just sick of people and you want to just move out to the woods. There's some areas, they're not all out in the woods. There's Texas and, some of them, they just sound like they're southern. They are southern, but they just sound like they're out in the woods, but they're really in like little popular areas and stuff like that. But that kind of gives you the idea of the median home price in those areas and then what's going on with them. But Knoxville, Tennessee, and North Carolina always was like, wow, those always seemed like a nice place to live. I never looked at Georgia and thought, wow, Georgia looks nice. I don't know why. I like driving through there and doing stuff there, but then I don't know. We get spoiled with our beaches here in Florida, so it's nice to have so many minutes to the beach. So when you have so many minutes to the beach, it's a nice thing. Speaking of the beach, there's a new Sunrunner bus in Clearwater. I don't know if you guys seen it. Sunrunner. So what they're going to do is you're going to, instead of trying to get into Clearwater Beach and get over that, there's a big bridge there. Everybody just sits in line trying to find parking. Parking's pretty expensive. Instead of doing all that, you guys are going to go park out and get on the Sunrunner bus. Google that, Sunrunner. Oh, I think it says Valentine's Day too. Sunrunner bus, and that's a good, actually you could do that for Valentine's Day. You're going to park at a lot. You can Google Sunrunner bus, and it's brand new, so I don't know what information they have on it online. But this is a bus that's going to take you right into the beach, so you don't have to park, you don't have to worry about parking, you don't have to pay for parking. And they showed videos of it, and it's pretty packed. So this might be something that can save you time and money trying to get into the parking spaces at Clearwater Beach, because you know that spring break's just around the corner, and you know we're not going to be able to drive in there at all. So if you guys are familiar with Clearwater Beach, everybody wants to go there, live there, go on vacation there, and now we got a little Sunrunner bus to help us out. So hopefully that will save you time and money. And what was the other thing I was going to tell you guys about? Oh, yeah, so remember, I don't know if you guys celebrate it or not, but Valentine's Day is next week. So make sure you think of your significant other one, meaning that you don't forget, get a card, get some flowers, get some chocolates, do something like that. Take your Valentine out, and then, like I said, you can jump on the Sunrunner bus to Clearwater and spend the day out the beach, and then maybe park out and then come back in. Also trending is those electric bikes. I've seen a lot of people. I don't know if you guys have gone to Clearwater Beach. You can see it's hard to get, if you're riding a regular bike, it's hard to get up over the actual bridge itself. It's more like, it's a workout. So not lots, but a couple of different friends of mine have bought these electric bikes. And I ride a regular bike, but they said I could come with them. They're going to ride their electric bike, which I feel like it's cheating, over the Clearwater Bridge. And then I'm going to ride my regular bike, so I guess I'll be twice as long. But training is those electric bikes. So what the good thing about them is that they, one, you can obviously rent them for the day. There's a rental place in Dunedin, right there on near Main Street, for electric cars, and then also by the Causeway, by the sheriff's. There's a sheriff's thing there for thrifting. Right next to there's a bike shop. I didn't bring the names of them, but you can rent stuff there too. And if you rent these bikes, these electric bikes, you can also pedal. And then when you get tired, you just turn on the electric part. So it's kind of cool. So if you're trying to get out to Clearwater Beach again, and you have an electric bike, you can make it definitely on the electric bike. So you're gonna go up around right on the bridge if you have no fear of bridges, and then you could go on there, spend the day out, go to lunch. Nice Valentine's Day. And I want to say that's the 14th, so it's Tuesday. So basically everything is trending. We're all red. We have all red chairs, red background, Valentine's Day. Hope you guys have someone to love. If you don't, go get a pet from the Pasco County Animal Control is totally packed out with pets. I don't say to go get someone a pet that you don't really know, but they are packed out. Their Humane Society is packed. Everybody, Humane Society, SPCA is packed. But I think the most disheartening thing is during COVID, everybody had their animals at home, and then they gave their animals up. So there's a lot of really nice. There's German Shepherds there's Huskies there. And speaking of that, I have, this is kind of a crazy story. One of the neighbors, she's not always, but she's lost her dog a couple times. These Huskies are known for getting out of the fences. And so I guess I'm pretty much like the dog whisperer on my street. So if anyone's dog goes missing, they'll say, "Did you see this dog? Have you seen?" So anyway, we go out, we find this dog. And the dog loves to get on golf carts. It'll run from you, but if you have a golf cart and you pull up, the dog will jump right on. So we get the dog, bring it back. So she moves and she relocates from my neighborhood and moves to another neighborhood. And so I see her, we're friends on Facebook, and the dog's missing. And anyway, long story short, you guys will never believe this one. The dog, someone takes it to animal control. the dog then gets adopted by a couple. So now her dog is adopted by a couple. This is all last week too. I can't even make this stuff up. Dog's adopted by a couple, and she's still looking for a dog. And then someone says, oh, there's a picture of a dog from animal control. It looks just like your dog's. She calls and says, sorry, they call your dog's already been adopted out. So anyway, she gets a hold. Animal control calls the owner and said, would you mind if we return the dog to the original? We'll give you your fees back. So that's what they did, and so she got her dog back. So it's kind of a nice story. So if you're missing a dog, animal control, make sure you check out the pictures, and make sure if you really love your dog, you go down and take a look, because a lot of times they go in and out of there pretty quick. So you want to make sure you go put your eyes on it. And also there's also Pet Finder. You can register your pet there if your dog is lost. On the Nextdoor app, I see a lot of people putting lost pet ads on there. Make sure you're putting them on Pet Finder and Facebook Marketplace for lost and found animals too, because a lot of people are not just looking at Nextdoor app. I feel like a lot of older people look at Nextdoor app and then put their cats on there because they don't really know about Facebook. So a lot of times they'll screenshot their ads and put them on the Facebook Marketplace Lost and Found to help people out. So anyway, that was kind of like the feel-good story of Pasco County. She did find her dog. Dog is good back at home. Grandkids are all happy. So that was a nice good dog story. I have a couple other feel-good stories because the news is so bad nowadays, but I have more market updates too. But the news is so bad that I was thinking of maybe talking about some positive things that are happening. So I have a couple of those stories that you guys won't believe, enough on the fraud and the duplicating of rental stuff on Craigslist, which I know we should all stay away from. But if we're going to take a quick break and you guys sit tight, we're going to talk about some more real estate trending and some new happy stories. All right, sit tight. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Jessie Walters with Charles Rutenberg. I'm talking to you guys about just different prices, where the best prices are, easiest places to purchase, and then also, we didn't talk about prices that are going to go up. Ooh, what's that all about? Well, prices going up, of course, as you can imagine, California, and then coastal places in California are on. They say are on the rise and going up. Of course, they always say with real estate, what do you have? You have location, or you have the price. So price or the location. So in California, you have a lot of coastal areas and stuff like that. Of course, those are always going to hold the value. I don't see them like multi-million-dollar homes just decreasing at a big rate there, because it is limited areas where you can actually live and stuff there. So anytime there's supply and inventory, there's not a lot for sale, it's going to keep the values up. With that being said, in Florida, in the South Florida area, we had a lot of we had the hurricane impact, we had different things like that, coastal flooding, those areas. So it's a catch-22. We have areas that people might want to discount because the insurance is so high that they just want to move out of the area. They're not comfortable there. And we also have areas where people are just relocating out of there, and they're holding the values, but the flood insurance has gone up so much. So a lot of areas in Florida, people are seeing flood insurance. I just sold one the other day. It's not even on the water. 1,500 square foot, 3-bedroom in Pasco County was over $4,000 just your flood insurance a year. So you put your homeowner's insurance, which is probably about $2,000. So you got $6,000 just a year annually in flood and homeowner's insurance. So with that being said, if you're on the water and you're in the south areas, like if you're in Punta Gorda or Cape Coral, or just if any of the areas that were impacted by the hurricane, and those and you want to get flood insurance, they're going to be pretty high. And so the breakdown of it monthly is kind of what we usually, when we sell them, to show $4,000 a year is about $300 a month. So with the one I had sold, we bought down the interest rates so that they could afford the flood insurance, is how we worked with them and worked that out. But there's different areas that are going to go up in flood insurance, which means as the buyer, those areas, the prices are going to look like they're going up, or maybe they're not moving at all. Like the other areas, they went down 10 grand, or this area went down 20 grand. Well, this area is staying the same because the flood insurance is so high that the people are actually either A, trying to get out because the flood insurance has gone through the roof, or B, it's a coastal place and this is what they want for it, and this is their payoffs, and this is the flood insurance, and that's how much it is. So, like I said, it's always location. So if you want that location, and sometimes in Florida, if you're 5 minutes from the beach or you're on the water, you're going to pay for that extra premium of flood insurance. So that's going to keep those prices up. And of course, California, Malibu, obviously those prices are staying up right with Florida. So it's funny because it's like prices that will go up, California, and then because the Florida insurance premiums went up 33%. So they have California and Florida, which is funny because I always feel like California and Florida, which not that it's, it's beautiful in both places. It's just that the prices are so expensive in California and stuff. So I guess we're trying to level out with them at some points. But so I was talking about the feel good things, feel good stories, and there was this one story, and it was out of Michigan, and I thought this was great. And you guys might have heard it on the news, but didn't get a lot of news on it because nobody really talks about happy stuff on the news. So anyway, it was a lady who had found a bag, and first of all, it's a lady that walks like 1.5 miles to work every day, 5 days a week, 1.5 miles back. And she's walking, and she stops into the gas station. This is in Michigan. And she goes in, gets a cup of coffee, and she's going, walking the rest of the way home. And she sees a bag, a Ziploc bag, and it's full of money. And she turns it over, and it is money on both sides. And it's like $14,800. Now this story, I'm repeating it, so it might be off. Okay. So, but it's going to be kind of the point. So $14,800. So what does she do? Now her car doesn't work, and she's working this job, and she's walking. What does she do? She does the right thing, and you guys should all do this too. She calls the police department, and she says she's found money. Well, anyway, they go through the bag, and when they go through the bag, they find some cards. And the cards say, congratulations on your wedding and stuff like that. So it was newlyweds. I don't know how they dropped a bag of $14,800. And so the police department got a hold of the newlyweds, and then they got the money back, so they were really happy. And then someone saw this woman's story locally and started a GoFundMe page for her for a car, because she's walking back and forth, and she did a good deed. Anyway, $66,000 later, this lady has a brand new car, paid for. She's all excited. And so that was like a really nice feel-good story. So I was like, that one, there was that one. And so she got a car, and then she's driving other people now to help them to pay it forward. She's driving other people back and forth to work. So I was like, oh, that's nice, So that part was good. And then, oh my gosh, there was a dog, and I should probably put this one up, but there was a dog lost in Texas. It had just been adopted. It had been adopted for a week. This is a great story. So this dog, the dog, for some reason, had got out of the fence. They had this new family has it for like a week. You can imagine they're all probably in love with it. And they're like, where's the dog at? Anyway, the shelter they adopted the dog from is about 10 miles away. So keep that in mind. So they're looking, and they call the shelter. They tell them, the dog we just adopted from you is missing. We can't find this dog. Anyway, long story short, or longer, they in the middle of the night at the shelter, the dog went and dung the door, one of those the video doorbells, and rang the doorbell, I guess with his nose or whatever, and stood there. And then the people at the shelter saw the dog, and they rushed to the shelter and they got him in. Anyway, this dog, I was going to say drove. That's not the right. I need more coffee. This dog walked or ran 10 miles to the shelter. So the family then got the dog back again. Now, if this dog runs away again back to the shelter, we're going to have a talk with that family. But the feel-good story of the week is that this dog actually rang the doorbell cam, and they came, they got the dog out, and it had traveled 10 miles. That's a pretty smart dog. So animals are pretty amazing how smart they are and stuff. And then I also had one other feel-good story, because me, I'm all about the animals and the dogs and stuff. There was a dog. Oh, yeah, you found it. See the dog? Oh, my God. Isn't it cute? It looks like the little things on its nose, like but it pressed the doorbell. Isn't it cute? Oh, it's a girl. What a good girl. Yeah, so there's that one. And then the other one was, oh my gosh, this is a really sad story, but this lady becomes homeless. She had lost her job and stuff. And shelter reunites homeless woman with her dog and vows to help both after finding pet with note. So the shelter gets this dog, and it has a note, and it says like, I'm a good boy. My mom can't afford. I have 2 kids. Mom's homeless. Mom's living in a car. Mom can't afford the dog food and stuff. So anyway, they basically, long story, you guys can look it up and stuff, but long story longer, they have this dog, and they find the owner, and they reunite them, and then they help her find a place and to keep the dog and stuff. So it was like, oh my gosh, don't make me cry. It was so sweet. So those are my feel good stories of the week, because when you turn on the news, it's one thing after another. With the negative things that are going on. And of course, the real estate market, people are like, I think it's going good. I don't know if it's going good, but we're busy realtors. If you're, most of my work is referral based. So right now I am busy. And I know, which I always say, blessed to be stressed, in the real estate business. If you're stressing out, you're blessing out, because there's a lot of people sitting at home now and not working and stuff. So it's one of my catchphrases is blessed to be stressed. So I'd rather be out hustling and selling than sitting in front of a computer trying to, get referrals or get whatever. So, but if you are a realtor and I always say, don't give it up. If you're slow right now, try to think outside the box. If you're busy right now, God love you. We're all busy and running around. And then prepare for that slow day. So if it does slow again, like it did slow in October, for the month of October, it was slow. Don't think of yourself like a squirrel and like just saving for that rainy day and stuff. Don't go spend every commission check you get on nice shiny things. Make sure you're saving for that rainy day. Try to keep your outgoing low, so that way when you have the incoming, you can pay it off or pay, and save up and stuff like that. So do save for that rainy day. In real estate, you never know. But, as we were saying on the positive note, is that real estate historically is the increase in Florida is 4% a year. So if you buy something, I just had one the other day, and they are selling now, and they've lived there for 5 years, and they're going to have a nice chunk of change on that. They're going to end up with about $100,000 extra. They never refinanced, never did anything like that. They just paid. So now they're going to get the the fruits of their investment, which is going to be all tax-free money because the house was homesteaded. So basically historically, real estate has been where people make a lot of money just by moving and then moving and then moving every 2 years, all tax free. Better than the stock market. I know we have my sponsor, Friday Rapina, who kind of goes into how to do that, how to work the stock market with your actual real estate investments. So if you're looking to get some rentals and you need to know how to leverage, Friday Rapina from Opta Financial will tell you how to leverage your house or maybe your second house into this little empire of your own, and how to actually invest and make money and make strong money. He not only does like your 401ks and your all the mutual funds and all that stuff. Like I said, he also does the real estate with it as well. So it's like a oiled machine instead of just putting all your money in one basket. They'll say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And then when your basket, people with the, like a couple of years ago, people were like, I'm going to have this much money when I retire. It's so awesome. And now they look at their poor 401ks and they're like, oh, I guess I'm going to work forever when I'm not going to retire. So if you're trying to do something now as far as investing and trying to set up stuff for your future, call Freddie Rapina up and see if he can help you out and to basically, to see if you can leverage something to buy rental to help you, where you are now, and also to help you with that asset. Because when you buy a rental, not only do you get that rental income that's paying your mortgage and your bills, and maybe you're getting a little extra cash to do other things, but you're also having that asset that's growing 4% a year. So you may buy it, say you buy it at market value now, then you got 4%. Say it's a, just off the top of my head, let's just say it's $300,000 house, and you're like, well, $300,000, and you're making so much a month on the rental, and of course you want to save stuff for repairs, and of course you're going to pay your mortgage out there. But 300,000 times 4% is 12,000. So what other property or what other investment can you make where unless you're working to make that 12,000 by not the property is just sitting there? You've got that brick and mortar asset. You can look at it. You can see it. That's and it's not like a 401k or a mutual fund where you're looking at it on paper and you're looking at your asset and your asset's going like this. You're actually, if you drive by, the house is there. The house isn't going up and down, up and down. The house, at the end of the day with real estate, you can always see that physical asset, which is, I think, reassuring to a lot of people the way the economy is with the stock market and stuff. So you can actually drive by and go, okay, stock market, my money went down, it kind of disappeared. But this house, every time I drive by, it's still there. So, and 4% a year, not bad. Better than 2% in the CDs and the banks and stuff like that. So, so that's a good thing to think about if you're thinking of your future. If you're already ready for retirement, let me sell all your stuff off and we'll get you either a smaller place or a dream place. You only go around once, so let's get you some waterfront property. Even though the flood insurance is high, but if you pay cash, you don't have to get flood insurance on it if you don't want to. But of course, they may change that. But right now, if you pay cash to get your homeowner's insurance, you don't have to have flood insurance. Is it a suggestion that I make to people? If they are comfortable with it. If it's a home that has been flooded throughout the years, obviously would not say to go without flood insurance. And then there's a whole bunch of information on that too. If your house has been flooded, if you've repaired, all that stuff. So FEMA steps in and will tell you how much you can repair and all that stuff with the actual when you're fixing up homes that have been floods and stuff like that. But if you're retiring and you just want a second home, like I was showing you that home on La Quinta, that's a great house. That one's going to be $197,000, and it's great. $200 a month, less than $200 a month, the HOA. So we can get you in there, and you have a little retirement, little Florida little piece of paradise there. And like I said, great area. Very nice area and stuff like that. And then also, I'm trying to think, I think I have one other listing, but I'm going to bring that with me next week and we can go over that. So if you guys are buying or selling, please look me up. I'd love to help you out. Again, my name is Jessie Walters. I'm with Charles Rutenberg, and I've been doing this, oh gosh, I want to lie and say 15 years, but I think it's been more like, how old is my kid? Oh, I think it's been like 17 years. So I like to tell people, 12, and it doesn't make me sound so old. So yeah, 12 years I've been selling, but it's been like 17 now. Been licensed and been with Charles Rutenberg, who has about 2,400 agents in my office. And I was number, I think, 221. So it kind of gives you an idea how long I've been at that office. But anyway, if you're buying or selling, we'd love to help. And if you're renting something out, I don't do property management, but I can find you a renter and you can do your own property management. That would be basically interviewing tenants and not putting it on Craigslist. So we'd be interviewing tenants for you and then finding you that perfect one with credit checks, criminal background checks, and rental references. And of course, meeting them at the property over and over and over. So if you guys are looking for someone for that too. And then if you're selling something commercial, like I said, we have the commercial one for sale, and then some commercial up in US 19 and in Brooksville / Weeki Wachee, but I can help you with that too. So whatever you're doing, buying and selling, would love to help you out. If you guys are looking for mortgages, I have Delynn Gaston from the mortgage firm. She would love to help you guys out too and get you qualified. So just give me a call and I can put you in touch with her too. And you guys have a blessed day. Don't forget about Valentine's Day and surprise your significant other. I think that's about it. So you guys have a fantastic day. And don't forget, 14th, Valentine's Day, buy her something. Be thoughtful, be loving. Have a blessed day.